Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you to the gentlewoman from Indiana for yielding me the time. Ohio families are working harder than ever, day in and day out, just to make ends meet. They're frustrated that they have to stretch their dollar as far as can go just to keep a roof over their heads, afford to buy the basics, and deal with higher utility bills to keep their water and power on. Buckeye families have worked too hard to struggle this much, and I'm standing here today ready to do something about it. House Republicans have listened to hurting families, and we're bringing forward legislation to help them get ahead. The Affordable Homes Act will cut through unnecessary and complicated red tape that has been driving up the cost of manufactured housing for far too long. Who has ultimately shouldered the burden of these soaring costs? It's not the manufacturers. It's the hardworking families who are simply trying to buy a home and live in the once attainable American dream. Owning a home shouldn't be this much of a challenge. This bill will help Ohio families check home ownership off the list, knowing they were able to achieve exactly what they worked for. House Republicans are also reining in the Biden administration's overregulation of everyday household water fixtures and bringing down costs for all Americans with the Shower Act, and I applaud Representative Fry for leading on this legislation. Americans don't need the government to tell them which shower head to use. They need the government to get out of the way so they can afford the necessities and have money to spend on other things in their lives. This bill will claw back ridiculous Biden-era red tape and put American families first. Lastly, I'm working alongside my fellow Republicans to pass full-year funding for several critical programs. In my district, several water and police projects will be funded, which will benefit some of the poorest and most rural areas in this country. These projects will help to fund long overdue water infrastructure projects and make local improvements, ultimately driving down costs for communities throughout the nation. I would like to recognize Representatives Houchin and Russell Fry, as well as our Republican leadership and the Appropriations Committee led by Chairman Cole for leadership on these critical pieces of legislation being considered. And I urge Congress to pass these common sense bills to lower the cost of living, not only for Buckeye families, but for families across America. Thank you, Speaker. I yield back.